Hello, everyone. I'm super glad to be here. Super happy to see a lot of familiar faces and old friends. Super interesting presentation by Playmint. I think we have a lot to share together. My name is Jerome. I run a company called Cometh, and we have lots of stuff to talk about, but I'm going to focus on what we build in the gaming space. We also have infrastructure and services capacity that's called Alembic, and we play with a couple of good guys and people from the gaming industry itself. So Cometh was founded in late 2020 by a bunch of blockchain veterans, which means people that were in the space for a couple of years working at various companies. I had the pleasure to meet some people at Ledgers in the meantime. Cheers. We're now 35 employees, so that's kind of a big company, you may think, and we're doing lots of stuff because there is lots of stuff to be done in the gaming space right now. I run a conference called ETCC. In 2 months in July, so hopefully I will see you there. There will be a huge gaming track there. So we built 2 games so far. The first was a fully autonomous game, one of the first autonomous game roughly at the same time as Avegochi and Dark Forest. And it was super duper naive, like really, really naive. Like we were like, hey, let's build a game that runs onchain and do something cool. So what you see on the main screen is actually the main screen of the game. So you have all of those dots that represent the spaceships, which is an NFT spaceships, and they all are on a specific orbit. And every time there is a second that passes in the blockchain, we use the timestamp for this. The spaceships move a little bit on its orbit. And as a player, what you could do is connect with other players, like connect with other squares, and say like, hey, I wanna be pulled towards you. So as a player, you would pay the other player to be pulled towards this player and move in space, change orbits. And the goal of the game would be that sometimes some Cometh are passing by, and you want to be close to the Cometh to be able to mine them. And there is a bit of game theory on that, because if you are really right on the path of the Cometh, you don't want to have too many people next to you because they are going to mine the Cometh while you're mining the Cometh, so you get less return in terms of the metal ores that you'll be able to get out of this. We had different stars in our small space, and those different stars had a different form of gameplay. Nothing too fancy, but different approach to how you should mine differently. And we wanted to add some stake into this, like something the players could fight for, like who is going to get the highest numbers of metal ores here and there, or who is going to be able to extract some money. In the early 2021 year, it was the big years for play to earn, and we were like, well, let's try to do something that's play to earn, but that's also potentially self-sustainable. So we deployed a version of Uniswap v2, a simple AMM on Polygon in the early days, and we said like, whoever is trading on this AMM, the fees of the AMM are being dropped into the game. So like, you can compete for some fees if you'd like. So yeah, that's what the game was looking like back in the days, and did it work? So we coined the term MMORTS because thanks to the blockchain, we were able to have all of those players together playing at the same time. Over 12 months, we had 10K unique addresses interacting with our contracts, trying to do something, and about 3.5 thousand all together at the same time when we run a tournament. The game still exists today. You can, well, I mean, I put this QR code. If you load it on your phone, you won't be able to play properly because you would have to switch the phone. It's going to be super complex. But try it later. It's still there. It's still running. It still has some Cometh to mine, but just as a showcase. And we realized that evolutivity, for lack of a better word, is super hard to implement later. We didn't have this concept. We didn't know about this concept of autonomous world or how we can make the game evolve and be upgraded by the players themselves. So we had a lot of legacy code, and we should have thought about the upgradability earlier. We also realized that play to earn is a hell of a drug in many good ways. Like if you're looking at trying to kickstart the game itself, having an earn aspect can be really great to have lots of people coming, but those people get extremely greedy, extremely fast, and extremely also bad when it comes to realizing that the economy itself may not be that sustainable itself. And for us, it was like pretty clear. Like if there is trades on the AMM, the fees goes to the game, and there is no trade on the AMM, well, there is nothing to earn. So the players were like in between those two. Early 2021, infra and middleware were extremely difficult. We had a lot of chat about indexers. Like, we are building indexers as well because everybody needs them, including us. And we were just using view functions, and the game grew in complexity. It was super tough to handle. We also realized that it's super important for you to think about getting your own chain or your own infrastructure, or at least a chain that you can completely be in control of in terms of fees. For us, the main numbers to keep in mind is that if you put a lot of things on chain, without saying exactly what's a lot of things, but just things on chain, and if you have more than 30K players or about 400 per day, you're going to need to be in control of those fees and be in control of the layer itself. So think about it early on, or otherwise you get stuck. And we sunsetted this game in November 2021 after a couple of months, and the game continued to have activity and things to consume in it. But yeah. We tried to make it up to the community by publishing a white paper explaining where we were going to go after. That's why I was laughing about the Play Mint move, because after this first game, we're like, yeah, let's build a bigger MMO now, right? About building your own chain, here's a couple of cool metrics. When we started the game, the native token of the chain we were on were about 5 cents, and it went up 31x in the meantime, so people get rich and lucky bidding on this token, I guess, but for us as a DApp, it was super tough to handle. Also, the rise in prices comes with a rise in gas fees, and we had a 75x in terms of average gas fees during this period. So when we sunsetted the game, it was like super hard for the players to move, right? I explained to you that as a player, you need to connect with another player to move, so that's a transaction. Like, hey, I'm paying you this few cents to move there because I'm expecting to be able to get some rewards there. It was 1/10 of a cent to move in terms of gas fees in the beginning, and it ended up being close to 20 cents. So pretty bad. Acquisition is also extremely tough. Account abstraction was not a thing back in the early days. We are building a lot of good stuff on this technology. I'm happy to show you a couple of demos later on of the type of account abstraction that we have in-house. And we got a little grant from Polygon. They gave us 50K to run an acquisition campaign. And we're like, yeah, we heard about TikTok and it's great, so let's do a TikTok acquisition thing for our game. Yeah, and it turned out to be like 50K for 0 users, like literally 0 users. A lot of clicks, people came, people were like, wow, cool, this is a on-chain game. I heard blockchain can get me rich. What, install a wallet? What the heck? And you can try to troll some magic links, some Web3, some things at them. They are good product, by the way, but it's still too tough. I like to say that the 2 in Web2 stands for 2 clicks. The 3 in Web3 should stand for 3 clicks at the very least, otherwise we won't be there. And then back up your wallet. This is a hassling, this is super bad. Buying crypto, it's tough, sending transaction is, well, anyway, to put it simply, like if you have your own chain and you master the way you onboard users and you have something that's decentralized enough, philosophically aligned with the roots of our industry, you can save yourself a lot of trouble. So as I said, we try to keep the community happy with a big project of publishing an MMO, something bigger like EVE Online, but as a pixel art style and lots of things that people can contribute and so on. We published a good white paper with lots of ambition, and after the publication, we were like, wow, this hill is super high. Where are we going to go with this? So we try a segue with less things on-chain, and this is our latest game that has been in beta for 12 months now. We get a good feedback and good overall feedback from the players. We had a lot of sessions, a lot of playtests. You can actually play this game on your mobile. It should work fairly on your mobile. And we are switching to a heavy client and distributing it through publishers and trying to link its own chain and its own system on top of it. And regarding the on-chain execution, how to make it anonymous and so on, we are heavily playtesting with Mud, obviously, participating in the hackathon right now, and trying to see how we can fit the resolution of the games between the players through proofs eventually, or through having a non-EVM based still on-chain execution. Hopefully, as you said, 4 months away from the release all the time. We are now 4 months away from a final release and so on. All right, thank you for your attention. Very happy to tell you more about what we do.